What's up, Multiverse of Mayhem fans? Welcome back. Today we're breaking down one of the most confusing, fascinating and mythic ideas in all of comics, the DC Multiverse. This is the foundation behind alternate Batmen, multiple Supermen, endless reboots and those massive crisis events that seem to rewrite reality every few years. If you've ever wondered why DC keeps rebooting, how all these versions can exist at once, or how comics, movies and TV shows all connect, don't worry, by the end of this video, the DC Multiverse will finally make sense. To understand the multiverse, we have to go back to 1961, during the Silver Age of comics, with the Flash number 123 titled Flash of Two Worlds. In this story, Barry Allen accidentally vibrates into another reality and meets Jay Garrick, the Golden Age Flash. DC revealed that Jay wasn't fictional. He lived on Earth 2 while Barry existed on Earth 1. This single issue officially created the DC Multiverse, parallel Earths, each vibrating at different frequencies, all existing simultaneously. This concept allowed DC to preserve its Golden Age heroes while telling modern stories. Earth 2 housed older versions of heroes like Superman and Batman, while Earth 1 featured their contemporary counterparts. As the years went on, the number of alternate Earths exploded. Some worlds were hopeful, others dystopian, and some existed purely to explore wild what-if ideas. The multiverse became creatively limitless but also increasingly difficult to follow. By the early 1980s, DC continuity had become overwhelming. So in 1985, DC released Crisis on Infinite Earths, the single most important event in its history. The story introduced the Anti-Monitor, a cosmic being destroying entire universes. Alongside his counterpart, the Monitor, this conflict framed the multiverse as something fragile and constantly under threat. Over the course of the event, infinite Earths were erased, legendary characters like Supergirl and Barry Allen died, and reality itself was rewritten. When the dust settled, the multiverse was collapsed into one unified Earth. This marked the beginning of the post-crisis era. DC streamlined its history, rebooted major heroes, and attempted to create a clean, singular timeline. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman and the Justice League all received updated origins designed to be more modern and accessible. But post-crisis wasn't just about simplification, so it became the era that defined who DC's icons truly were. In 1992, DC released The Death of Superman. In a brutal battle against Doomsday, Superman is killed in mainline continuity. What made the story resonate wasn't just the shock, but the aftermath. Metropolis mourned. The Justice League struggled. The world lost its greatest symbol of hope. This led directly into the reign of the Supermen, introducing Steel, Superboy, the Eradicator, and the Cyborg Superman, each representing a different interpretation of Superman's legacy. When the real Superman returned, the story reinforced a core truth. Superman's power comes from what he inspires, not his invincibility. At the same time, Batman faced his defining trial in Nightfall. Bane systematically broke Bruce Wayne down before defeating him and snapping his back. Batman didn't die, he was replaced. John Paul Valley became Batman, and Gotham quickly learned that Batman without restraint becomes something dangerous. When Bruce eventually reclaimed the mantle, the story cemented Batman's identity. Discipline and control matter more than brute force. These arcs proved DC could evolve its heroes within continuity without relying on alternate universes or reboots, and that lesson would echo through every future multiversal story. By the mid-1990s, continuity issues returned, leading to Zero Hour, Crisis in Time in 1994, which attempted to repair timeline contradictions. But the deeper problem remained. DC's history was simply too massive for a single universe. That realization exploded in 2005 with Infinite Crisis. Survivors of the original multiverse, including Superman of Earth 2, revealed they believed the unified Earth had become flawed. Alongside Alexander Luthor Jr. of Earth 3, they attempted to reshape reality itself. Infinite Crisis made one thing clear: forcing perfection onto reality only causes more damage. By the end of the event, the multiverse returned, reborn as 52 distinct universes, each with a defined role. This led into 52, a weekly series exploring these worlds and showing how varied DC reality could be. Again, the multiverse was back, structured, intentional, and alive. In 2011, everything changed again with Flashpoint. When Barry Allen travelled back in time to save his mother, he shattered reality. The result was the New 52, a line-wide reboot that altered origins, erased years of legacy, and compressed DC's timeline. While the multiverse still existed, much of DC's emotional history was gone. DC responded in 2016 with Rebirth. This era restored legacy, relationships, and forgotten history. Wally West became the emotional heart of Rebirth, representing what DC had lost and what it needed to recover. Rebirth revealed that time itself had been manipulated, leading directly into Doomsday Clock, which integrated Watchmen mythology into DC canon and reaffirmed that history matters. That philosophy reached its peak with Dark Knights, Metal and Death Metal. These events introduced the dark multiverse overseen by the World Forger, being responsible for shaping realities. Nightmarish worlds born from fear emerged, including the Batman Who Laughs. The ultimate revelation was bold and definitive. Every DC story ever told is canon somewhere. This ushered in the Infinite Frontier era. There's no longer a single main continuity. Characters remember past lives, alternate timelines, and previous crises. The multiverse is infinite again, fully embraced rather than feared. This approach extends beyond comics. The Arrowverse culminated in its own crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, confirming that Smallville, Titans, Doom Patrol, and even the 1989 Batman films all exist within DC's multiverse. The Flash 2023 further reinforced this by acknowledging branching timelines and multiple versions of Batman on screen. So what does the DC multiverse mean today? It means DC isn't chasing one definitive version of its heroes. Batman can be grounded or mythic. Superman can be hopeful, conflicted, or godlike. These aren't contradictions, they're reflections. Different worlds, same ideals. The DC multiverse isn't broken, it's deliberate. It allows DC to honour its past, experiment boldly, and evolve without erasing what came before. So there you have it. The DC multiverse explained simply. From Flash of Two Worlds to Infinite Crisis, from Superman's death to Batman's fall, from total reboots to infinite realities. DC has turned continuity chaos into storytelling freedom. What's your favourite DC universe? Do you prefer one definitive timeline or the creative madness of infinite worlds? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe to Multiverse of Mayhem, and hit the notification bell, because in DC, reality is always one crisis away from changing. Until next time, stay chaotic, stay informed, and remember, the multiverse is mayhem, and that's why we love it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.